And yeah, so now I think it's already time, and I think a good number of students have already joined and they'll be joining. But since we want to really utilize this time with Samir, so let us not waste time and start this session. And today being the last, I just want to request all the attendee to be very, very, religiously listening to Samir. This is a great opportunity. You're getting a chance to listen to one of the best, grassroots, a farmer, a grassroots level worker. So I hope that the attendee will take full advantage of this. And then, as we said, that whatever, again, assignment that is going to give, we're going to, work on this. So please interact just as you have interacted yesterday and the day before. Today, take the chance to interact with him. So all yours, Samir.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So good morning. I think good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, it's again welcome to this session where we will be today talking about how to take care of our soil, which is very important. I would have loved, again, I'm repeating, I would have loved if I could have seen you all. But yeah, assuming you are in front of me and I'm trying to present my presentation. So I'll start with the presentation. Okay. So what we are going to deal today is called waste to wealth. How efficiently we can manage our natural resources and take care of our soil. So restoring the soil is something which is very important. And when we talk, and this is what is called the climate resilient or climate smart agriculture, where we are looking at how we trap the carbon, how we make our soil restore, and how we trap the carbon, and how we utilize it for the growth of the microorganisms in the soil, and we grow our own food, keeping our soil good for the future generation. So we will look at how we make waste to wealth. See, healthy soils make healthy farms. So if your soil is good, your plants are good, your seeds are good, your food is good, your fruit is good, you are good, your health is good, the whole generation is good. Kids will be very happy. So soil is something which matters for keeping the whole humanity, whole world in a very peaceful and very beautiful manner. So soil is something which we farmers has to take care. This is our property. Soil is our most important resource we have in this planet. I, as a farmer or a barefoot scientist, I'm not a scientist, I'm a farmer, so I call myself as a barefoot scientist. I feel the soil to be a living soil because all the microbes which help my plants to get their food, they survive in this soil. And these microbes make the soil living. So I call it the living soil. This is what we look at when we plant a tree or we plant. We look at this, the above ground part, where we know from our class 6 science book, the photosynthesis definition, we know with the help of sunlight, the leaf, they cook food, which is called starch or the sugars, and it transfers all the food to the whole plant. That is what the above ground part is happening. And what we don't see is inside the soil, there are the roots, the root hairs, and the nodules, and all beautiful network happening with the microorganisms which are attached to the root hairs, which are near the root zone in the soil. So this has got a very good symbiotic relationship. Like with the sunlight, whatever food, whatever amount of sugar or starch the plant produces, it excretes 10% of it through its root hairs to the soil because it knows the microorganisms which are surviving near the root hairs, making a network, and which helps the plant to take up the nutrients, to break the nutrients from the soil, they will be eating this sugar. It is their food. So they are very understanding. See, I believe that plants are also like they have feelings. A few days back, in my rooftop, I was working with my kid, and we were planting a cucumber tree. And then I put some uh, I put some bamboo mat nearby so that it can climb, and the tree was climbing in a row, in a coconut row. And suddenly one day we went and we saw the tendrils are coming up and the plant is going towards the bamboo mat. And I was asking my kids, see plants, we say they don't have brains, but see, they know where to hold. So plants also have got that feeling, so they know, and there's such a beautiful relationship between the overground part and the underground part. And the underground part is the world of the beneficial microbes, world of all the beneficial insects, the termites, the ants, the earthworms. Everybody has got their role in making the soil very good to give us very good food. And that food which God has given us, the local food which we eat. And it has to be very good. And this goodness of the food is maintained by the microbes. And today we are going to learn how to grow them, how to multiply the microbes, how to keep them in our soil and keep our soil very nice so that we can grow our livelihood and also grow our food in our soil. So I don't have to tell you, everybody knows that we have so much of beneficial bacteria and fungi which helps us. For example, you know about azotobacter, you know about rhizobium, you know about azospirillum. So these are all the beautiful bacteria who gives nitrogen to our plants, which adds nitrogen to the diet of the plant. And also we have lots of other fungus like the trichoderma, like the pseudomonas, like so many other microbes are there. So many microbes like organisms are there who help the soil and to build it into a beautiful humus which contains these microbes and it gives all the plant food they need. Right? And I told you about this amazing partnership between the overground. It is like a network of marketing team where the leaves and the roots, the overground part and the underground part has got a very beautiful relationship. That is a business, give and take. I'll give you sugar, you give me the phosphorus which is found in the soil. You give me the calcium, you give me the micronutrients, whatever I need. So all those, this is a very beautiful symbiotic relationship which exists between the overground part of the plant and the underground part of the plant. So I told you about this. The 10% of the sugar the plants produce in the upper part of the plant is thrown away through the root hairs for the microbes to eat it, and they in that in return they give them the other nutrients they need for the growth. So when we talk about our soil, we have a very thin layer of nutrient in this soil because it's in slope, it's hilly, so there is erosion. Water is coming. We have too much of rainfall now. Now there will be erosion of the top layer. So our soil is too much of deficient in lots of this whole black layer of humus I'm talking about. So it's very important when we talk about growing naturally, when we talk about growing food which is very healthy, when we talk about, see, soil is the base. If the soil is good, the plant will be strong. And when the plant is strong, disease, insects, whatever stress comes, it can take care. It is like a guy grown up in a village with some local food like sticky rice as a diet, and a guy grown up in an urban place with a cerelac. So the resistance power of the village guy is much more better because he is with the natural food. So the soil is also like that. So we have to look at how we build this beautiful soil in our place, right? So our soil is somewhat deficient with the layer of humus we are talking about. So the first thing which we are going to learn today is composting. Composting is something which is very important, and we have to make compost so that we don't have too much of cow dung or too much of manures, pig manures, or we don't have cow in our hills. People don't keep cows. So cow dung or animal manure is something which is very important to build up the soil health. So what we can look at is we have so much of resources like the green unwanted plants which grow in the jungle or in our farm, and the dry leaves which falls down in the we see the dry leaves which fall down from the plants. So how we combine them and we make into a very good thing which is called the compost. and we put it in our soil and we uh, culture the microbes in that compost. So let's see how we make the compost, right? So a compost heap can be made with combination of the green leaves and the dry leaves with some topsoil or with some animal manure. So let's see how we do it. So fasting, what is needed is, when you talk about making compost, it has to be under shade. So if we take it under a tree, that is a beautiful place. So we look at avoid sunny places. No waterlogging should be there. So it should not be a waterlogged area. It should have proper drainage, and there should not be any water stagnation there. Water source should be available nearby, because in compost making we need some water when we make it. So if we make it near a water source is nearby, then it's very nice, right? So this is the prerequisite to make compost. So it's like it needs shade. We don't take too much of sunny place, no waterlogging, and the source, our water source is nearby available. So what we do is, in our method, what we do, we just take 1 meter wide and 1 meter length. We just select an area like these two guys are doing. So we select an area just below a tree, 1 meter by 1 meter. And we, after that, we do a light plowing with the spade. The selected area, we will just plow it lightly. And then after that, the first, what we will collect is dry twigs. These are small dry branches of unwanted plants which dry up in the forest if you go, and that can be easily broken up. So we will take first 3-inch layer of the area where we have selected 1 meter by 1 meter, and we just did a light plowing. Above that, the first layer that we will pile up is a 3 inches layer of dry twigs. And this we will try to put up in a inverted V shape, like it will be like an inverted V shape. We put a 3 inches layer of this dry twigs. While making compost, we have to make a mixture, liquid, we call it liquid compost or compost tea, where we take a handful of topsoil from the forest area or just below, some place where it is like dark, which is black soil, the humus. We take a handful of topsoil. When you cook rice, don't cook rice for 1 day in the pressure cooker, and you'll get the rice gruel. Gruel is the starch. The when you boil rice, the water that comes up. So you take 1 liter of rice gruel, and I'll teach you how to make vermicompost. When you make vermicompost, you get the vermi-wash at your home itself. So you take 1 liter of vermi-wash, 20 liters of water in a plastic jar or a drum, then put 1 handful of topsoil and 1 liter of rice gruel. Mix it for 20 minutes. Take a bamboo and stir it clockwise, anti-clockwise for 20 minutes. Stirring should be very fast, so that the oxygen is generated. And when the oxygen is generated, the microbes will flourish there. In that 1 handful of topsoil which we have brought from the forest, we will get more than 7 million of beneficial microbes. And the rice gruel, the starch we are giving, is their food. So we are giving food for the microbes also. The vermi-wash will add more nutrients. And what we do is, we stir it very clockwise, anti-clockwise, oxygen. We are giving oxygen to it so that the microbes will multiply. We keep it ready. After we put the first layer of dry twigs, the inverted V-shape 3 inches dry twigs, we will take 2-3 mugs of this mixture and sprinkle over the we will mix it like this in drums, clockwise, anti-clockwise stirring, first stirring, and then we will sprinkle over each layer, whatever layer we will be putting now for the compost heap. First layer we put is dry twigs, 3 inch. Then we will sprinkle some of this water all over the dry twigs. Second step is, we will put a 4 inches layer of green weeds above the twigs, and again sprinkle the solution. So you cut the grasses, or you bring all the green weeds and put a 4 inches layer of this green weed above the dry twigs, and then again sprinkle the mixture which you have made in the 20-liter drum. So this is the second step. Third step is, we put a 12 inches layer of dry leaves. We collect the dry leaves, we put 12 inches layer of dry leaves, and again after putting it, we compact it, and then we again sprinkle the water. So first is the dry twigs, 3 inches layer, inverted V, and then we give green 4 inches, 4 inches green layer. We again sprinkle the liquid. Then we put 12 inches layer of dry leaves, which we again sprinkle the mixture with the liquid. So like this, we will mix up green, first twigs, then green, then dry leaves. We put it, we put like this, and every layer we are putting the mixture which we made. Now above that, after the dry leaves, we will put the fourth layer, and that is the our layer of topsoil or animal manure. Animal manure can be dry pig manure or cow manure, or goat manure, or chicken manure. Chicken, not the broilers where you give so much of feed from outside or antibiotics and vaccines are given. So it's like if you get the local cow manure, or if you don't get local cow manure, you can take dry pig manure, you can put it here. Or if you don't get any kind of manure, I know in Nagaland many places you will not get those. Pig manure is okay, but cow manure is difficult. So we can also use topsoil from the jungle. So what we give is, we give 2 inches layer of that topsoil above that. Right? And above that also, we will again sprinkle the mixture, the liquid mixture which we have created, we will sprinkle the mixture. Now we have to repeat it. First, see, the dry twigs is only for the base layer. We don't have to repeat the dry twigs. 3 inches dry twigs, it will be only on the base. We will repeat from the green, 4 inches of green again. Then 12 inches of dry again. Again sprinkle the water in each layer. 2 inches of topsoil or animal manure again. And after that, with the mud, we will plaster the whole heap. It will become a heap. Like you see in the picture, it will become a heap. So I'll again repeat it. First is, select an area 1 meter by 1 meter. Then just light plow the land with the spade. Then put a 3 inches inverted V-shaped layer of dry twigs. The mixture you take 1 handful of topsoil, 1 liter of vermiwash, and 1 liter of rice gruel, 20 liters water, and mix it clockwise and anti-clockwise by stirring it 20 minutes. Then sprinkle every layer, sprinkle the water in every layer, and then first layer is the twigs 3 inches, second layer is the 4 inches green, third layer is the dry leaves 12 inches, fourth layer is the 2 inches animal manure or the topsoil. Again the next layer is the green, we are not repeating the twigs, green, again 12 inches of dry and 2 inches of topsoil or animal manure. After that, sprinkle in each layer the liquid, and after that we take some soil and we mud plaster this whole heap. Okay, this is a simple way how we make a heap compost. So we have to mud plaster it, we have to make it cover. Many people use plastics. I don't want you to buy again plastics and bring plastics to the farmer's house. So what we can do is, we can mud plaster it and keep it like that. Okay. Turning is something which is very important. After you have to water the heap for 7 days. You just sprinkle some water above the heap for 7 days. Now it's very good because you will do it under a tree and the rains are coming, so you don't need to do water. So after 7 days, when you put your hand inside the heap, you will find it's very hot. Right? Even if you remove, smoke will come out. So because we are mixing both green and dry. Dry leaves are carbon, green is nitrogen. So carbon-nitrogen ratio is also maintained. Base compost, when the carbon-nitrogen ratio is around 20:1. That's why we are trying to make 12 inches and 4 inches green and 12 inches dry. So after 7 days, when you feel it is heat, you just have to turn it. Turn means you just take a spade and mix it. You cut the mud plaster and mix the whole soil. Okay, and then again you mud plaster it and keep it. Next turning is on 14 days. Again 14 days, you take a spade and mix it. Again mud plaster it, keep it. Third turning is in 21 days. And then you will find when you cut it or when you mix it, you will find that black color you look at is the compost. If you look at the picture, it's 21 days, the black color, the compost is made, and you can take it and put it in your raised bed. Yesterday we were talking about raised bed. we were talking about container gardening. So wherever you put, you don't have to mix soil, because already well for 2 times when we were doing mud plaster, so we were mixing soil. So the mud plaster soil is coming up. So this is a very good lightweight. It's very lightweight. It's not like there's no smell. It's full of microbes, and you can use it in your roof. For rooftop garden, it's very good. So you use in your beds, you use in your farms. It will help you to retain the moisture. It will help the plants to be strong. It will help the plants to get rid of the diseases because the plants are strong. There will be lots of microbes. There will be beneficial fungus to take care of some problems like the blight, trichoderma, pseudomonas. Everything will be developed there in the compost heap. So you can use it. Livelihood. Now this can be a plant. Northeast is so much of full of green and dry things. So this, you can become a social agripreneur. You can make composting in a mission mode. You can adopt compost villages. You can make this and you take it to Bangalore, you take it to Delhi, you give them as rooftop gardening planting materials. They don't have so much of soil. In cities, we don't find soil. So you can make it as a media for planting. So you can give ready-made 5 kg, 10 kg, 20 kg, 50 kg bags of this compost where they can take it and they can use it in their rooftop gardens. That is secondary, but primary is make your own bed, make your compost, eat good. Let us teach our farmers to keep soil. Another thing, what happens in winter and in our Nagaland hills is there are too much of moisture stress. So this is the best way to keep moisture in the soil. King chilies grown in raised bed with compost, you'll find the difference. There will be no diseases. The growth you will find different. Flowers, it will be different. Fruits, it will be different. So this is something very easy, and this is something where we don't have any cost. Do we have any cost? We don't have any cost. Everything which we are using is all the resources that we have in our nature. So this is one way how we can make our soil beautiful. So yesterday I was talking about the raised bed and everything. So I give you this compost. It becomes the main part of the uh, raised beds. Whenever we talk about zero tillage beds and all, this is what we have to apply more. So it's very important that we make more compost. Uh, as a farmer, it's my habit every time to make compost. So we don't, every Green Commando campings and everywhere we walk, more than 5,000 to 6,000 farmers are practicing composting with me. And they're very happy because they know the result is in the form of very good food, disease-free, insect-free crops. So it's very important that we take care of the soil and we make more compost. Second thing which I want to come today is called composting, which is also called vermicomposting. Vermi means the atom, and composting what we are doing, like how we make uh, biodegradable things into we make it into a manure. So here I'll be discussing how you do it in a container. So yeah, how I'm working with more than 5,000 school children now, and they reuse this thermocol box which comes with the face. So you can also use that, but I would rather say ki at home now you can use a small bucket or a tub or whatever you have a container, or you can make a bamboo made tank also for making vermicompost, but you just have to put a silpolin or a polythene sheet inside. Like that also you need this. Heap composting is something where we can do it in the ground, but when we talk about vermicomposting or earthworm composting, here we need a container or a box because we don't want our worms to go out. So later on, when I'm in your college, I'll also teach you how to make vermicompost in the open ground. Also, it is safe. Today, I cannot cover it in 1 hour. I'm giving you this which you can do easily at home. So how we make box composting? Okay. First thing is we take a thermocol box, or it might be a plastic, whatever container you have. So for we have to make a hole one side in the thermocol box, as because they bring feces, you will find that there is already a hole to drain out the ice water. But if you take a plastic bucket or a tub, so you have to make a hole so that the liquid comes out, and that liquid is called vermi was, which is also very good plant food. So you take this box. First thing, we have to place this box or the container in a raised platform. It might be bricks, or you can make it with bamboo. So now we have to fill up the box. How we fill up the box? To fill up the box, we will first give a half-inch layer of sand. First, what we'll give is half-inch layer of sand. Then we'll give 3 inches layer of dry cow dung powder. Now we have to use cow dung powder. We will give 3 inches layer of dry cow dung powder. Next, we will give around 8 inches layer of biomass. Biomass may be dry leaves fallen in your home, or might be rotten banana pseudostem, or might be your kitchen waste which you have made to partial compost. Like we are making the compost heap. When you do the 14-day stunning, that is partial compost. That you can bring and put it in for vermicompost. Or you can put your, you can keep your kitchen waste, all the vegetable peels and everything. You can keep it. For some days to be rotten, and then you can pile up this biomass. Or otherwise, you can use dry leaves or banana pseudostem. Or now, if you are in a plain area and you have water bodies nearby, you get the water hyacinth. So water hyacinth, anything that is like azolla type plants which are growing on the water base, so those can be brought. They have to be dried or they have to be rotten. You cannot give anything raw in vermicomposting. It has to be rotten or dry. So you put there 8 inches layer of that, and then again repeat 3 inches layer of the dry cow dung powder. So once again I'm repeating, place the box or the container in a raised platform. First, put half-inch layer of sand. Then you put 3 inches layer of dry powder of cow dung. Then you give 8 inches layer of biomass. Biomass might be dry leaves, rotten banana pseudostem, water hyacinth, or whatever kitchen waste, but not kacha, not green, all rotten. So after that, you repeat 3 inches layer of again dry cow dung powder. And the next step is, now we have to water it. Water it until the water comes out from the hole. So when we install for the first time, we will water it. We will make it wet, and we will stop watering when the water comes out from the hole which we have made in the bottom. So we have to water it. Then we will go to our old banana pseudostem. And in the banana pseudostem, just near the base of the soil, you will find some earthworms. For vermicomposting or worm composting, we need earthworms which is surface feeder. Your textbook will tell you about some names which are very exotic, Icenia fotida, Eutrellus and all. I don't believe on those again. I have to bring some African worm or German worm to make my vermicompost. And these worms are very they grow very fast, and they kill the biodiversity of our beautiful earthworms which we have in our land. But God has given us some surface feeding earthworms. I don't know if the name of this earthworm has been given or not, but we found it while working, and we found okay, banana pseudostem has got those earthworms. See, in vermicomposting, the earthworms should feed only 10% soil and 90% biomass. So these earthworms, most of the time, they live in the banana pseudostem. Only some daytime or in the morning time, they go to the soil. So they are perfect. 5,000, more than 5,000 school children made vermicompost with me with these worms. And again, you don't have to go to a university or a shop to buy earthworm for 1,000 or 800 rupees a kg. I'm talking about zero budget farming. I'm talking about reusing and recycling our resources. I'm talking about sustainable natural resource management. I don't want my farmers to spend money. So when God has given us these earthworms, we will take these earthworms, we will collect. You just go to one plant and you'll get lots of them. When we do the practical in your college, when I come there, we will explore and we'll find out. Now at home also, if you have a banana pseudostem, you go there and you find the earthworms and bring and you make your compost. So you collect these earthworms from the banana pseudostem, release in one box, one thermocol box, you release around 20 earthworms. Even in a plastic like 10 to 12 liters bucket, if you take, you release 20 earthworms. These 20 earthworms in one box will give you more earthworms in the future, because one egg of earthworm, which we call as cocoon, gives into 3 earthworms. So we'll get lots of atoms from them. So we will release in the top like the kids are doing there. Okay. So we will release 20 atoms on the box. Now what we have to do is we have to cover this box with a moist jute bag. It should not be a plastic bag. It should be a jute bag where we cover this with a moist jute bag. And then where the hole is there, where we have made the hole, we'll just put a container to collect the vermiculite. Okay, your installation of the vermicompost box is over. You don't have to do anything. This is some technology which I love, because in our Northeast, I feel that if we are born to be lazy, we should be lazy. Nature loves us, so we are lazy. Nobody in the other part of the country can be lazy like us. They will not get food. But our farmers, they're happy. Their happiness index is very high because they're lazy. We are lazy. We are born to be lazy. So let us be lazy. So with us, the lazy farmers, we have to do technologies where we see, okay, vermicompost can be a very beautiful market in all part of the mainland India, because it's difficult to keep the moisture there. They don't get too much of black soil like us. The vermicompost we make from our biomass is very good quality. So it is a potentiality which we have to explore. And here we don't have to walk. We are lazy. Earthworms will walk. Only one day we have to walk. And every day we just have to go and water it. Nothing more. After 20 days, the earthworms will give us a product which we take to the market and sell it at 20 to 25 rupees a kg. And the vermiculite, the liquid will come out. And this liquid will mix 1 liter of this liquid into 9 liters of water and spray it. I have a product called Sprayed Grow on my organization, which I take it from the vermiculite, the liquid. We just mix 200 ml of vermiculite. We mix 300 ml of water, 300 ml of water in a spray gun, and we label it as a Sprayed Grow, and we sell it at 100 rupees per piece as a direct spray. So 200 ml is giving me 100 rupees, which is around 500 rupees per liter of the vermiculite. 100 of women groups in your Nagaland, your farmers can make it, and that can be something which you as an agripreneur can take it to the market. But first, you have to make it for yourself, for your garden, practice it, and make the product. Use it in your plant. If you spray the vermiculite, I have found many very conventional farmers who never listen about organic farming. Nahi hoga, sir. Nahi, it's not possible, sir. But when they started, I'm talking about those people who are from outside, from Bangladeshi farmers working in Assam. I was working in their belt. But when I taught them to make vermiculite and vermicompost, they didn't use the vermicompost, but they used the vermiculite. And they said, so this is the best product. No insects come. The growth is so much of good. So they started doing it. So this is something which is very potential, and we have to make our soil fertile with this. So this is an easy way of making it. Only job we have is like just give 1 liter, around 1 liter of water every day. You have to look at that you maintain 60% moisture, and 60% moisture you can ensure by just taking a handful of compost from the box and you squeeze it. If it is like 2 drops of water coming out, then it is perfectly near about 60%. That is our barefoot scientist way of looking at, not moisture meter or something we have. And if it is more droplets coming out, so reduce watering. And if it is like no water is coming out, then put some more water there. So this 1 liter every day will come into vermiculite, which you can use. And after 20 days, after 10 days, you will look at, when you remove the sack, first layer on the top layer, very small granules. It's like the tea granules, and that is the vermicompost. That is casting of the earthworms. The plastic. So we can just collect it. Whole box will be not empty once. The worms will go. They will just eat up from up, and they will go down. So so layer by layer you have to collect. So you have to collect layer by layer, and from the top itself you're doing, and you cannot refill the box until and unless you have finished the whole box harvesting. So this is vermicomposting. It can be big. This is our farm in Jorat, where we make it into bigger way. We produce around 300 metric ton of vermicompost, and we sell it all over the country, making it into a product. So you can have this kind of unit, but you can have a very beautiful model of social enterprise where you can have small units with your farmers, around 50, 100 farmers, and then you can aggregate it in one place and you make it into a product and take it to the market. That is the smart way of doing farming, where you involve lots of farmers. They will also be benefited, and that becomes a story, and you become a social agripreneur. So this is one way how we can take care of our soil also, and we can take it to the livelihood. When I talk about vermicompost, cows are important because we need dry cow manure. So local cows are much better. So you can look at using cow manure. But if you want to make vermicompost out of pig manure, then first you have to go for the compost heap, like we learned earlier. Compost heap. When you make compost heap, the temperature inside comes to 80 to 90 degrees centigrade inside the heap. So all the germs in the pig manure gets killed. So after 14 days of turning, we can bring the pig manure from the compost heap and we can put it in the vermicompost tank. Even with the pig manure, we can make vermicompost. But again, I'm repeating, for making vermicompost out of pig manure, first step is to do heap composting, so that we heap it, we kill the germs, and then we bring it to the uh, vermicomposting tank and release the worms. Okay. Don't put anything raw, because when you put raw things in the tank, then the heat will be generated. Lots of heat will be generated in the biodegradation process, and this heat will kill the worms. So what we have to do is we have to give all the rotten and the dry things. That is another thing. Earthworms don't have teeth, so it has to be very soft. So they like rotten things. They like those biomass which are rotten and dry. And if you give dry leaves, then put the water, like we did it after filling. You have to water it until the water comes out from the hole. Okay, this is how we make vermicompost. Another very important and very nice fertilizer which we can make at home is called the bamboo biochar fertilizer. And this is my very simple way of making it. Just make a pit of 1 feet deep and 1 feet size. It's like whole square of 1 feet. The depth should be 1 feet, but below, when you dig it, below it should be half feet. So it should be like not the wall will be like slanting side. So below it is half feet, above it is 1 feet, 1 feet, and the depth is 1 feet. Now you take all the unused pieces of bamboo. We use lots of bamboo and we have lots of pieces. And those unused pieces of bamboo, you burn it there in the pit. Take a jute bag, the moist it. And when the fire is full and the flame is full, then what you do is, you just to put 2 bamboo sticks like this, as you see in the picture. And when the fire is full on, then you cover the fire with a moist jute bag. What happens is, you will see from the jute bag, some white smoke will come up. Now with the mud which you have, which you dug out while digging out the pit, you have to cover it. You don't have to get white smoke to go away. So you cover it very fast. You cover it and you trap the white smoke inside. And you keep it for 4 hours, or you keep it overnight. You do it in the evening and keep it overnight. Next day, remove the soil and the bag, the gunny bag, and you find this beautiful charcoal of bamboo. This is just charcoal making. So this charcoal, it's called bamboo biochar. Bamboo pores have got so much of space, and this bamboo charcoal will have lots of mycorrhiza. When you do it in the soil like this, lots of mycorrhiza will come, and it will give immense amount of nitrogen and other nutrients to your plants. So this, now you bring the bamboo charcoal sticks, those which you can break with a tang sound. It becomes a charcoal, and you break it, it makes a tang sound. So that you can make it into a powder, and you apply it over your crops. This can be made into a packet. And bamboo biochar fertilizer, we have a product in our farm. With the action of the green commandos everywhere, the farmers produce, we market it, and we call it sprayed conditioner. And 100 grams of sprayed conditioner sells for 70 rupees. That is 700 rupees a kg. So if you give, it's from the waste of bamboo. and hundreds of farmers can make it for you as a social entrepreneur. If you give 400 rupees to the farmer, is also a very good price. Even 300 rupees is a very good price for them. And you keep 100 rupees for you per kg. 100 of farmers is giving you. Okay, 100 rupees for you, 400 rupees. Give the distribution channel. If it is 700 rupees, 300, give it to the marketing channel. The whole distribution channel you give, so you can establish your own business with no zero budget, only taking people, networking of people, like-minded people, helping your farmers and taking it to the market. So simple. God has given us so much of way. Just arise and awake. We just have to wake up and we have to take action is something which is very important. It's not like every time listening and listening and listening. Take action. Start from your home. Make your own compost heap. Make your vermicompost. Make your vermivast. In today's whole 1 hour session, I have shown you 4 ways to keep your soil good and also to have earnings. Compost can be potting mix for the urban cities. You can supply it tons. Vermicompost can be a product. Vermivast can be a product which you can supply. Bamboo biochar can be a product which you can supply. Just go to the internet. Just go to the internet, Amazon or anywhere, and you look at bamboo biochar fertilizer. It will be around 1400, 1500 rupees a kg. Every people is doing that. Why not we? Because we are the storehouse of these resources. We have to look at how sustainably we do it. Don't turn your needs into greeds. We have to look at, we have to know the circumference of development we need. We don't have to become too much a millionaire by selling our all natural resources. Sustainable use of that and how we sustain ourselves and how we earn a very beautiful life where we happiness is there. Too much of money also doesn't make happiness. Happiness is something where you can sleep very nicely, and that exists in our villages. That exists in our remote villages. That doesn't exist in our concrete houses. Another very simple thing which we can, this holidays as you are at home, if you are having bananas, now today it's opening, so you will get, and the local bananas you get in Nagaland. So keep the banana peel, just dry it in sun, dry it like it becomes hard, make it into powder, mix 100 with 1 compost and apply on the base of the plant, or mix 10 grams of this in 1 liter of water and spray on the foliage. You see, it's a plant magic. The flowers, the plants, everything will be so happy. Again, this is a product where the banana peels you can make into small packets of organic sprays or fertilizer, and you can take it to the market. Sky is the limit for us. This is, I can just go and speak on so many technologies which we have worked out. It will like, if you give me the whole day also, I'll go on giving you, we can make from this, we can make from this, we can make from this. Let's start. These are very simple things which I have shared with you, and we can think about how we do it and how we start. Where is the start? Soil is something which is very important for us, the farmers. If the soil dies, we die, the farmer die. So let's save our farmers. Let's make them learn how to keep their soil with their own resources, not by buying very high cost organic fertilizers, not by asking them to get certified with high cost organic certification, not by asking them to buy high cost organic seeds. Let's stick to the local things. Let's stick to the local natural resource management system. Let's grow our own market, the local market. Let's survey the need of our people and connect it. Your madam is taking a very good initiative, which is starting, I think, from today, of connecting a few people in Dimapur. Everybody needs good food. So we can be somebody who can look at the production base as a farmer, and some of you can look at as the marketing people or the forward linkage. Nagaland whole economy has to be led by the Naga youths like you. It should not be somebody from outside. So the resources, all local things. So my concept of local people, local food, local economy is based on that. And I'm very much, I'm like, you can say, Kia, I'm very much strict about that. And I love doing this. For today's assignment, go home, make a compost heap at home, and try to involve children as much as you can. And you can make your compost heap, okay? This is the last class for the 3 days. So this is my way of farming, where I don't take care of the, like there is no wheat for me. You see the chilies and wheats and turmeric, backside mango, ginger, everything is growing very nicely. Only thing which you have to do is take care of the soil, like I said you today. All these things you see, the all sweet potatoes to everything is there in the jungle. So let's make this kind of food forest in your, I'm dreaming to make a food forest in your college when I come there. It's better that we have covered the theory part in these 3 days, so that when I come there, those days we can be very practical and make a very beautiful garden there, right? Anything. So I welcome you to be a green commando, and yeah, you can follow me on Facebook for the advertisement when we uh, make the camps happen, right? You can also look at our website, www.sprayedany.org. Thank you very much, ma'am. Uh, I think, yeah, okay, stop sharing. Yeah. Thank you very much. And now, yeah, I can take up the questions. I think you can add up.
Yeah, hello. I, Thank you so much, Samir. It's very enlightening, and I'm sure our participants have gained a lot, so many techniques and so many things, your way of farming local things. And but before we go into that, there's one question. I don't know whether you are able to read that. Can you read from the question answer box?
How to prevent ants from entering
Yeah,
into the thermocol where we
yeah.
have prepared our vermicompost? Okay, that's a very good question. Uh, See, what you can do is just where you make the where you keep the box, just by the side of that, you can just make a drain and put some water there. In that water, you can put some kerosene oil also. You can put some drop of kerosene oil. This is one way. Other way is you can mud plaster the thermocol box. It will also save from chickens. Another problem which will come in the villages is lots of chickens come and they destroy the boxes if we use the thermocol box. So it's not good for the chicken also. So you can mud plaster it. While you do mud plastering, you can use ash also, wood ash. You can mix wood ash to repel the ants. Another thing which you can do is just take a plastic bottle, make some holes on the base so that the ants can gain entry from there. Put a sweet or a banana, a piece of banana or some sugar or a jaggery paste into the bottle and keep it on the box for some time. All the ants will come to your bottle and take out the bottle and throw the ants to other place, because ants also have their roles to play in the whole biodiversity. So these are the way where how we can keep the ants out. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. If there's any more questions from anyone, uh, there's one person who has raised the hand, to Shimongla. Yeah, you can ask the question directly.
Yeah. Is it typing it?
Toshimongla? Yeah. Hello, can you hear us, Toshimongla? I think you have not unmuted yourself. Lawrence, can you unmute her? Hello, Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, can you unmute her because she's muted?
Yeah. One question is there, since we are at home and having a lot of tea, I was thinking to make use of waste tea leaves as compost, and I can't seem to find relevant resource in it. Sir, can you kindly tell us to procedure and benefit of? Okay, so tea leaves are very difficult to compost. It takes too much of time. So that's why you don't find any reference in the Google also. So what you can do is you can just mulch it. You have your flowers or you have your tubs and everything, so you can use it for mulching. But if you put it into the compost heap, it takes too much of time to compost. Okay, so I think the best way to use the tea after we have the tea leaves or the tea which is left over, I think you can use it for mulching. It will also repel the insects, soil insects. It will repel lots of soil insects also. Yeah.
I think Tushimongla is not able to.
Yeah. Another question is very informative, sir. Thank you so much. An easy method to control any pest in home garden, though out of context. This we will take care when I'm there in your campus. When I'm there in your campus in August, so we will learn about how to make take care of the garden. So all this pest control and insect control will take care that time because it will again need some time.
There are some students who couldn't, because of the network, they were not able to hear properly from you.
Okay.
I wanted to, and they're so interested to hear about this composting thing. So, but I would just want to tell all this attendee who had a bad network that Samir will be coming to our campus, and practically we'll also be doing that. So you'll learn a lot from there. And maybe if Samir permits, then I can also share some of the part of the PowerPoint with our students so that they'll be able to learn better.
Yeah, you can say that.
Yeah.
You can. My whole organization name is the Spread Northeast, so I spread.
Okay, thank you. And then there's many questions again. If you can just have a look at the question box.
Yeah, I'm typing the answers for them.
Okay.
Can the pits for bamboo biochar be made deeper and wider than 1 feet? No, I think 1 feet is good, but you can make more pits. 1 feet is good, and you can make more pits. 1 feet also because of the size of the jute bag. That is double folded. We need to cover it, so it's good. See, small is beautiful. Don't think about okay, it's business, but make 100 of farmers make for you. Don't try to be like you making a big pit and making more production. I told you control your needs and don't take it into grids. So let's make it small. I told you small is beautiful. So make it 1 feet by 1 feet initially, but you can make more pits like that.
Another question?
Could you please explain the banana fertilizer again? Okay, just you have to eat the sweet banana. Then the peels, you keep the peels, sun dry the peels, let it become black and hard. Let it become black and hard, and after that, powder it. And then you mix it with fertilizer, 100 gram with 1 kg of vermicompost or 10 gram in 1 liter of water, and you can spray it.
Okay. Uh, Hello, Samir.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. Your voice is so. I think
it's less.
It's not having a problem. Yeah, your voice is very faint in my side. Anyway, I hope the attendee is not having any problem. Again, they are asking, sir, can we make wild biochar? Again, one more question. Yeah.
Wild biochar is what I'm not understanding. What is
maybe from the wild species? I don't know what they mean.
The bamboo? Yeah, you can make the wild small bamboos, which in the hills we have lots of this small wild bamboos. You can make very beautiful biochar out of that. Yeah,
Okay.
that can be used.
So
don't try to make biochar from if you go Google and you don't try to make biochar from wood, because if you cut a plant, it takes 12 years to again come up. If you cut a bamboo, then it comes in 4 years. And bamboo biochar is the best one. It has got more mycorrhiza and it has got phosphorus content also. So market value is more better.
okay. I think it's already time, but I just want to tell to our attendees, our students, that see, in the beginning, what I told you about Samir being very local, I think you heard all the thing about the local products, how how we can make all the local waste into local wealth, and especially with regards to vermicomposting, using our local earthworms, and and also our character of lazy, that our not only Assamese, I think even Nagas, many of our youths are becoming lazy, but that can also bring wealth if you know how to utilize your laziness as well. And I think he talks from the social social perspective. always a true social entrepreneur. And I'm really, really glad that, our students has got an opportunity to hear from you. I don't know if another question is coming again.
Yeah, another question.
Again, they want to ask you one more question. So maybe you can quickly answer this. How much you're able to sell your vermicompost for?
We sell our vermicompost at 25 rupees in retail and 15 rupees in wholesale per kg.
Okay. Whatever questions are left, you can keep it for the session that we will have with Samir in person in our campus, because now the lockdown is being lifted, and I'm sure that we'll all be able to gather back in our campus, and Samir will be with us very soon. I think on these 3 days, he has covered 3 very, very important topics. And then he has given a very, very interesting assignment. So I hope that you'll refresh yourself. We have covered on the first day about the local food wisdom. And there he has given an assignment about collection of the local seeds and information about that. So you'll be bringing the information. And on the second day, we covered on the homestead gardening. And there he has given an assignment about for zero tillage beds, right? Raised beds. So I hope that you have made it and you'll be able to send the photographs, bring the photographs with you. And today, on the last day, that is West to Wealth, and he has also given a very interesting assignment about composting, different type of composting. So I hope that you will do it at home and come back with whatever things that you have learned. In the meantime, if you have any problem, please connect to me or connect to Samir, and so that you use this little time that is left, the whole of June that you'll be there, because in July you're coming for the exams and your other practicals. So this whole of today is only 1st July. So till 30th of July, you have enough time to do these practicals. So please get back to us, and then hope that you have learned a lot from here. To Samir, I really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, and from all of us, our students and our Steiner staff, we want to thank you for sparing your valuable time and always, ready to help the local people, the Northeast in general, and Naga. You're very much attached to Nagas, and so thank you so much for sparing your time, and we look forward to seeing you in our campus very soon.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you
very much.
I enjoyed this. It was full lockdown, and like Dr. Akali and we had this talk, and we thought we will do something. It was her idea, and it was very nice. Even for me, like you sit at home and your brain is not working. So it was very good for me also to recollect everything, and now from tomorrow I can go to my farm and again on this whole aspect. I love the way like the participants were like every time there was 90, 80 participants were there. So I enjoyed this whole thing, and we are looking forward how we can build our own economy with our resources, and with personality like you, ma'am. You have to lead the Northeast. We farmers can work, your students can work, but you have to lead. We need lots of papers and everything to be published. I was talking to you about that. So we have to take it forward, and we go forward. So take the lead, ma'am.
Thank you
you
so
very much.
Thank you. And yes, we will be also giving the attendee the certificate, because this is with Farmer Samir, and your certificate will be very valuable, being trained under Samir. So we will definitely be giving you a certificate through online. And also they are requesting for a recording, and we will try to share with you a recording as well through online. So this is our promise to you. We hope that you all enjoyed this session. Thank you all very much. Thanks a lot. Have a good day. Great day. Yeah.